segments were going on without a hitch. And
what are you talking about?
oh, the opening sequence for Game of Thrones last week.
Yeah. We good?
Yeah. Are we going?
I always put it on a little early and then leave a little intro before I say the actual intro, plus Corey's fucking eating Reese's, so it's we can hear you slopping around.
At least it smells like peanut butter, though.
He's actually just inserting his fingers into macaroni and cheese. That's gross.
Not that cheese.
Fremunda cheese. Anyways, hello and welcome to episode 12 of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel.
How do you do?
And our guest today is Travis Angelis.
Hello again.
I've asked both the guys today to bring their own respective topics. I have some ideas for my own, so we'll just jump right in. Travis, what do you got today?
So I thought I would talk about, do a little synopsis of a movie review type thing. So I went and saw Legend of Tarzan today.
It came out?
It came out and I saw it.
Neither one of us saw it. Next subject. I'm just
kidding. I don't blame you.
I wouldn't care if you gave your full review right now because I'm not going to watch it. Unless it comes on, TV.
Well, Travis gives spoilers the minute anything's over anyway, so it's not like that would matter.
I just get excited to have to talk
I understand.
about stuff.
I understand.
And I'm the kind of guy that likes to know everything ahead of time anyways.
Yes, you are.
So it was my wife Brittany's decision to go see this. I wanted to go see
Did
The
she
Conjuring.
I
wanted to go see The Conjuring 2.
Did she want to see the guy without a
Alexander
shirt on?
Skarsgård? Yes. She loved
shredded.
She loved him in True Blood. And
what's True Blood? I'm just kidding.
Unfortunately, I was addicted to that show too.
I don't think I watched more than
and
30 minutes of that show's entirety.
Yeah,
you see a lot of dudes.
You watched it a lot, didn't you?
No.
First 2 seasons, maybe?
No, that was my family.
Did you see a lot of Dong?
Not so much Dong as you did just a lot of Anna Paquin.
I'm an equal sex. Like if they show boobs, I gotta show wiener.
Well, this is a carryover from last.
That's not.
Yes,
that's not exactly.
So
fair.
this is back to back weeks.
Boobs, ass. Muff crotch.
The best series with the combination of muff ass to dick ratio is Spartacus from Showtime.
Okay.
Because the whole gladiators, how they cleaned the gladiators before and after the game, you just see tons of swinging dick, but you also see a whole crap ton of tits and ass throughout that whole show too. And I actually recommended it to one of my buddies, Kyle, out in Arizona, and he was like, me and my wife watched it, we got really turned on, we had to turn it off. And I'm like, I don't blame you, it's a great show.
If you have to have equal vag to wiener, then you still have to show 25 more wieners in Game of Thrones to date.
I don't know how many badges have they shown.
Well, I mean
they don't get.
You see crotch of women a lot more than you have men.
Yeah. Who's are you thinking? I can only think of the red-haired lady.
Well, there's a bunch of the girls in the
whores and Littlefinger's whorehouse.
That's what I was thinking of. That red-haired girl.
Shay.
They show crotch on her?
Okay, we're already back to Game of Thrones.
Yeah, anyway,
I was specifically let's not talk Game of Thrones this week because last week
we're
was
talking
you
about
and I
nudity in TV in general.
I think women aren't as turned on by swinging dick as men are by tits.
I don't know, if you swing around like Tarzan.
They just want to see the grinding and stuff because
women
they make a lot
more emotion. They want to be held. They don't want to be
But they it seems like they want. They target women in shows like this to have intimate sex scenes without you being like, oh, I like to watch porn because I wouldn't say the majority of women. I think porn.
None of the women we showed the room to liked it.
Well, I think that porn is becoming a lot more socially acceptable. That's a fact. I think a lot more women are coming out, and now that it's not such a negative view, that a lot more women are coming out that they like porn.
Right.
So it's not but there is still a lot of women that are like, porn's gross, blah, 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 blah. And they make these shows that are just softcore porn.
Right.
So it's not I don't know where I'm going with this.
This just a white male ranting about women who enjoy porn.
No, I think it's 100% okay for women to like porn or not like porn. Just watch it or don't watch it. That's fine. I don't care. I like where this is going, though. This is completely gone in a different direction.
Hey,
I like when we just kind of riff and just go off to whatever.
So my wife wanted to watch a softcore porn movie today. And and so We went and saw Legend of Tarzan as opposed to The Conjuring 2. She doesn't like scary movies. I love them.
Sorry to interrupt, but was Tarzan rated PG-13 R or?
It was, I believe it was PG-13.
Okay.
Samuel L. Jackson was in it, and I didn't know that, and I was instantly just like, okay, I can handle this movie.
See him in the last
because he is phenomenal, and there's classic Samuel L. Jackson type of like, you really want me to do what?
Really?
Kind of situation. Totally. Like, there's a situation where Tarzan brings him back to his ape village in the forest, Congo, and he has to fight his adopted ape brother, which sounds horrible now that I'm replaying this back.
It does sound bad.
But, like, Samuel L. Jackson, he's like, bow, and Samuel's, like, not bowing. He's holding a gun up, and the ape comes over, and Samuel bows and he's like, expose your most weak parts, and so he like bends back and exposes his chest, and then Samuel L. Jackson, just the next shot is between Samuel L. Jackson's head between the ape's legs. Like, you want me to kiss his nuts too?
He said that?
Yes, and I'm like, that was funny. That was great. And then Tarzan just sits there and just looks at him like, maybe, and then after the whole thing was done, obviously they survive, and Tarzan's like, you weren't gonna kiss his nuts, were you? He's like,
this is part of the movie.
Yes, it was great.
Why would end this in the trailer? I would have went to see it.
If there was nut kissing talking about,
yeah. It was Samuel Jackson saying, I gotta kiss this monkey's nuts. Yeah, I would have been snakes on a plane.
Yeah, it's like, motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking planet. I gotta kiss this motherfucking ape's nuts. Yeah, no. So I mean, Samuel L. Jackson's character was a pleasant surprise, and I think that made the movie more tolerable. Also, Margot Robbie is a huge crush of mine. My wife even said that she was beautiful. Yeah, she's Jane.
I didn't realize it.
Yeah.
It's hard to tell with her clothes on, after Wolf of Wall Street.
Yeah.
She's the go-to girl right now. I mean, Jennifer Lawrence is in the past now, and
yeah, so 2014.
It's America's sweetheart now, even though she's Australian.
Makes her even better.
I saw a picture of just Margot Robbie, Suicide Squad, Harley Quinn. I saw a picture of Jeffrey Dean Morgan and Lauren Conrad? Maggie?
Cohen. Lauren Cohen.
Is it Cohen?
Yeah.
Okay, Cohen. Thank you. Him as Batman and her as Joker, they just photo impose these.
Mm-hmm.
But she looked so good as the Joker. She had green hair. She had like the whole face on. I was like, oh, wow, she looks really, as much as I talked shit about how she looks a couple weeks ago on this, she looks really good as a Joker.
Like, good as like, I'd fuck the Joker, or good as like, she looked like a good Joker?
He'd always fuck the Joker.
She has that kind of smile
Clown
that fits
fetish.
the
lot of teeth smile. Like,
it goes, the corners of the mouth kind of go up high, so I mean,
it did that clown fetish for you.
Yeah.
It got you tingling.
Eric and I were at a porn shop one time, and they had a big, porn used to come in these big, like the Betamax boxes.
Yeah, totally.
God. And it was the
totally discreet.
Secret sex life of clowns. And we were just busted up there. We were there to get a gag gift.
Wasn't Boner Jams 09?
Yeah, it was Boner Jams 09.
Was the music in the porn, Secrets of a Porn, clown porn or whatever?
Probably. I didn't buy it.
Just, watched it in their viewing room for a minute.
But they did have these big... why are we going here? Let's just...
I don't know.
Back on Tarzan. Are we done with Tarzan?
No, how was it? So what'd you say?
Tarzan, as far as if you're just looking for a movie to see with, I wouldn't say toddlers, because it's not Finding Dory, but
which was excellent, by the way.
If you have if you have 8 to 12-year-olds, 13, 14, depending on if they want to even spend time with you at that age, and you want to go see that movie, I think it was an extremely entertaining movie. Christoph Waltz is in it. He's the bad guy. He always plays a subtle badass, and he was again a subtle badass in this.
That's all me and Robert care about. He was good.
Yeah.
Oh my God! That's the parts where I don't want to spoil, because he is just how he was as Blofeld in the last James Bond. He was the same thing here, just kind of like subtle, and his facial expressions when it's going back to Inglourious Bastard days, when you just look at his face and his serious face.
He's got an evil smile too.
Oh my God! And I'm just like, okay.
It sounds like you enjoyed this movie way more than you should have.
It's good at
I did. I didn't think I was going to enjoy this movie, other than the fact that I finally got my wife to go to the movies with me, because that's my favorite thing to do, and she doesn't necessarily like sitting in the movie theater all the time. So I was just, okay, let's go see Tarzan, and I walked out going, I would probably watch that again. I don't know if I'd go see it in the movie theater again, but if it comes on like HBO in like 6 months, I'll sit there and watch it.
As an open invitation, if you can actually get out of the house once you have a child, Corey and I are trying to keep up on movies to do these on. So you can always come down and watch them with us, or we can meet somewhere in the middle. I don't mind.
Yeah, totally.
Damn it! I had a really funny enough that you said he plays such a good villain.
He was like
As much as he's a great villain, his best role is still the dentist from Django. He was so good in that.
Green Hornet, yeah.
I legitimately like the rest of the movie that he's not in less.
Right.
Because he's not in it. I mean, I really liked. I mean, I like Hateful Eight more than I like Django actually.
See, I like the Hateful Eight more than like Django, but the parts of Django that I liked better was the Candyman, Leonardo DiCaprio, like in the hall when he's got his long Samuel L. Jackson. Yeah, that whole sequence when everything just turns to crap.
Mm-hmm.
That made that movie for me.
I think I said it on here that they broke it down to it was a dentist fighting candy.
That's
pretty good.
That's
right?
a way to look at that.
Yeah. I won't spend a lot of time on it because it's not like kids are listening to this, but I saw it Finding Dory today, and I would honestly say it's probably just as good as the first one.
Really?
Yeah, I'll leave it at that.
It lived up to it?
Yeah, I liked it a lot. It was when I wasn't chasing Oliver around the theater.
Oh no.
It was
One of those, huh?
really good. Oliver won't sit for anything. Parker will sit now and watch any movie, but it was good. It was entertaining. It had pulled at the heartstrings just like the first one.
How long of a sequel gap was that? Like 12 years?
Was it 12 years?
I remember watching it in high school, dude. I graduated in 05.
Yeah.
Wow.
So, I mean, it's cool they kept the same, like, feel and, like, quality over that long of a period. You know, sometimes you make a sequel after a long time
and
it just don't work.
Marlon and Nemo weren't in it, like, a ton. Like, a ton. It wasn't their movie.
Right.
Yeah, they shouldn't have.
But
their story arc.
Was
They were
it...
acquaintances.
What's... Ed O'Neill? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Did he play the... You guys don't know the cast. I think
Albert Brooks was Nemo's father.
Yeah, but there's an octopus in this one.
Okay.
I think it was played by Ed O'Neill, and he was really good in it too.
Would he have been in the first one?
No, he wasn't in the first one.
Okay.
New character. There was a beluga whale, a whale shark, octopus, as some new characters.
Who was the Crush character? Because Crush crushed it.
Was he
the
back
first
in it?
One.
Yeah, Crush was back.
He
in
had
it.
to have been back
okay,
in it,
so
because he killed it. Yeah.
Yeah. So was there another character that just blew you away as cool as Crush blew you away? Like the beluga whale I see on the trailers on the TV, and I'm like, okay, he might be a cooler character. Like I just need to know more about him.
The whale shark was cool because the whale shark's eyes are the sides of the can, so she keeps swimming into walls. So that was kind of cool. But the octopus was like the kind of rough and gruff character that kind of gets soft towards the end.
Okay.
And I really liked it.
Question callbacks. Did they have Willem Dafoe's character? Any of those?
No Willem Dafoe. Which now thinking about it, I would have liked that.
That'd be cool. I like to see him in the background. Or what about the pelican?
Pelican wasn't in it.
Oh, that's too bad.
They had seagulls in it for a minute. Mine.
Of course, running joke. Mine.
Who else did they have? They had the stingray from the original The Teacher.
Yeah.
And
going on a field trip.
Yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
It was pretty good. I liked it a lot.
Was Nemo the same voice?
I don't think so. I think I previously looked it up. I think they changed the voice because, like you said, that's a big gap, and he was a kid initially. Yeah. So I mean, if
Nemo,
yeah. But now that we're on the topic of movies, I mean, we can keep going on to what's left for the rest of the year to look forward to.
Side note for Pixar, they said today or yesterday that they are not working on any more sequels to any of their Pixar movies
after Toy Story 4 and Incredibles 2.
I only seen The Incredibles 2. I didn't see Toy Story 4.
Toy Story 4, yeah.
Oh, it's on there? Okay. Incredibles 2 was the last one. So
Toy Story 4 is they're going to find Bo Peep.
Finally, wrote her out.
And Bo Peep is somebody famous. I can't remember who it was.
From the original? They were famous?
Yeah. It's somebody... You look it up, Travis. I don't like touching the recorder. But, I mean, for the rest of the year, I mean, we've got Suicide Squad, which is August, right? Is it August or September?
I don't know.
You know that Pete's Dragon comes out next month?
I'm not as excited about that. I like the original.
I do too, but I just saw a trailer for Finding Dory, and it actually makes me kind of want to see it more.
I watched Pete's Dragon more than any other Disney movie, I would probably say. And trailer didn't do it for me.
You're not even going to give it a shot and go see it?
Well, I mean, all it has is the same name.
You can
it's
abduct a child.
It's not like the same characters.
If you don't want to feel weird about going by yourself.
No. I'd rather go see Finding Dory than that, so, as it stands.
But we got Suicide Squad left. Rogue One.
Mm-hmm.
That's like December.
Fantastic Beasts, which is November, which I heard that she already wrote the sequel to it. So it's because there's going to be 3 movies.
Basing the 3 movies off the one book.
Yeah.
So you're saying this will be another 8-movie picture deal?
No, she already wrote the sequel to the movie.
She's writing the movie as well?
She wrote the screenplay for this one.
That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah, so I mean...
that's one thing I was lacking. I come back to Game of Thrones. Last, I think, season, or maybe 2, George R. R. Martin didn't do his own... He usually at least split the screenplays in 5 directors or writers.
Mm-hmm.
He didn't do any.
Annie Potts played the voice of Bo Peep.
Can I see a picture?
She was from a show in the early 90s called Designing Women.
Yeah, really famous.
The fact that I know that...
No, I just recently saw her on something as a voice of something, and that's why I was like, oh...
Check Toy Story 2.
No, it's... Is that her complete...
I don't know. So with the Pixar stuff, I'm really excited about The Secret Life of Pets. Just because you see that...
That's Pixar?
And is it Disney? They own each other, right?
That movie looks so funny.
Yeah, it does. It looks... The trailers alone, the little poodle gets left and then all of a sudden turns on System of a Down.
Which is so strange.
It is.
That trailer was so...
And it just shows you how weird and kooky the animators are. We have 2 dachshunds at home, and we crack up every time we see that blender scratching the dachshund's belly because our dogs only want to have their belly rubbed all the time.
Mm-hmm.
And it's super interesting to see.
I think I looked at her recently because was she the secretary in Ghostbusters?
Yes.
That's why I was looking at her.
Oh, Ghostbusters, what do you want?
So she does the voice of Bo Peep.
Egon.
She says, oh, Egon. Oh, Egon.
The horrible porn.
Well, did you see that at your shop, Robbie?
Porn Busters.
What?
Pornbusters?
Pornbusters. I'm probably going to see Ghostbusters in theaters because Parker is super into Ghostbusters right now. And he asked me to take him, so I will...
I love you the video game.
What?
It's a better sequel.
Is
I had all the voice actors back except I think Ernie Hudson was out.
Are you guys excited about any movies left coming out this year?
Besides the ones you listed, I can't think of a single one.
Suicide Squad is my next big one that I have to see.
Does Strange come out this year? You see that?
Oh, Doctor Strange comes out this year.
Not excited.
I do want to see that.
I'm hoping it's one of those movies that kind of catches you off guard. Like it's not. I Benedict Cumberbatch has a huge fan base, and I don't dislike the guy, but I'm not like, oh yeah, let's go see any Cumberbatch movie.
You never watched Sherlock, have you?
No, but I'd like to.
Sherlock was good.
It throws me for a loop, just because it's a character I'm not familiar with. I know he's an older character, and people know who Doctor Strange is, and
I have the
whole
first
story.
ever Doctor Strange book.
Did you know who Black Panther was?
I did. Okay.
Okay.
So I knew that character a little bit more and was more excited about it. And so
you stole every scene.
You have Doctor Strange coming out, and I don't know what to expect. It's kind of like Ant-Man. I didn't know Ant-Man, but Ant-Man was amazing, and I had my doubts. And I remember talking to you about it. I'm like, is it going to live up? And we're like, I think so.
Guardians, same way.
Because Paul Rudd wasn't a superhero to me. He was the brother from Clueless and the guy that was anchor the sports anchor on Ron Burgundy. So he didn't.
I love Paul Rudd.
He didn't look like a
superhero.
Superhero to me,
and
but
he had abs in that movie, which
I know.
That's a requirement.
Yeah, you have to have abs.
Can't be flabby superhero.
So I hope I'm pleasantly surprised with Strange.
I'm really excited about Mads being in it because I like him as a bad guy. Lashif.
Yeah,
Hannibal.
So he's gonna be that in Rogue One. We don't know who he is in Rogue One.
I get the feeling that I don't know too much about Rogue One. I'm not reading the articles and all that stuff.
I do. Do you want to know?
I'm kind of hoping that Mads is gonna be a good guy.
It's funny because Travis will know, and I read some stuff, but I don't want to even hope that what I read is valid.
Go ahead.
The running theory is that Mads Mikkelsen is the new main character. What's her name?
The main girl, her dad, right?
Yeah,
right.
It's her dad. He is the person that created the technology for the Death Star to fire.
So he's a bad guy.
So no, he's been held essentially.
So
by
he's Albert Einstein inventing.
Kind of. He's doing the bidding of the Empire. Maybe against his will. We don't know the specifics of that yet. And so the reason why not Daisy Ridley, but the main character, not Ray, the new one. What's her name though? She was in
the girl from Rogue One.
I don't know.
Yeah. So the main character and the girl from Rogue One. The whole reason that she's involved in this for the Rebel Alliance is merely because that's her father, and she'll have some pull, and it will be like a one-off storyline, so there will be no continuing characters going forward.
That's cool.
Well, they're doing every other year will be an episode, and every other year will be I don't know if it'll be a standalone, but it'll be something else. I mean, there's the Han Solo single, or this separate separate story. There's rumors of Boba Fett getting his own.
That'd be awesome.
I'm gonna say this kind of poor opinion, but the trailer for Rogue One looks like the movie will be a better movie than the Star Wars trailer. Like, Star Wars trailer is okay, but I like the Rogue One trailer a lot. Like, I mean, it could just be trailer making.
There's a lot of people who are nervous because they're doing so many reshoots, which doesn't necessarily mean that it's in trouble. I mean, but reshoots
usually don't bode well.
I'd rather them get it right than get it wrong.
Yeah.
But the trailer made it look so freaking awesome, and if it's gonna be a Watchmen trailer, I hope it's not gonna be.
And they said that it's Vader, and they got James Earl Jones. He's doing the voice again, right?
Yeah.
That's insane.
I hadn't heard that. That's actually spoiler. Thanks.
Yeah.
In our lifetime, I mean, we're getting all these new Star Wars movies. We're getting James Earl Jones. You got Carrie Fisher back. I mean, it's pretty cool.
Just reboot Sandlot and let's get this thing going.
Sandlot. There's just like 4 Sandlots now.
You can't do Sandlot 4. You know, you got to have like the Sandlot, and you have to place it back in that like 50s, 60s period.
That's a good movie.
That was a great movie.
Is that your favorite baseball movie?
It's not even just my favorite. The Natural is my favorite baseball movie.
I don't think I've seen it.
Oh, the end of how some people cry at Rudy.
Mm-hmm.
The end of The Natural always
Really?
touches my heartstrings.
Is that Robert Redford?
Yes, and he is my man crush.
Really?
Yeah.
Even now?
Not now, but then.
Have you seen pictures of Harrison Ford dressing in like the 70s, looking like people now? Like he's got like a button-up shirt. He's wearing like nice sunglasses. He's got it's weird. Like he was ahead of his time, like fashion-wise.
Oh, what?
Like, why?
He's dressed like hipsters dress now?
Yeah.
He dressed?
No. Field of Dreams? No, nothing for you.
So, Field of Dreams, and it runs long, and I don't get the whole, the journey to find out that his father was the catcher for the Yankees or whatever, the White Sox.
Angels in the Outfield?
It never. I was a kid, and it was like weird Joseph Gordon-Levitt and a black kid flapping their wings.
In like 8 years from now, you'll be playing catch with your son.
Want to have a throw?
You'll have a throw, and you'll think of that, and you'll get all.
Yeah. It's want to have a catch, by the way. Throw. I don't know why that.
You want to play catch?
Yeah.
Can't you just loop together? You want to have a throw catch?
No.
Just once the pitcher wants to catch.
Yeah.
You ever see Mr. 3000 with Bernie Mac?
Yes.
I watched it with you.
I know.
I actually liked that movie.
I like Bernie Mac.
Yeah.
It's hard to go wrong with Bernie Mac.
Yeah, what's he doing?
He died.
Yeah.
I think he died of a heart attack, actually. Barely. Maybe. I don't know. So,
Soul Glow.
I also bought off of iTunes this week the extended cut Batman vs. Superman.
Did you watch it?
I watched it.
Was it any better?
There was only minute parts that I noticed that were new, and I don't think they added anything to the storyline that made it any better.
Because everybody's like, oh, it's going to be so much better.
Half an hour, wasn't it?
It's 30 minutes total, and those 30 minutes are parts of that Jenna Malone character and you get a little bit more of the...
that puts it well over 3 hours, right?
Yeah, totally.
That's a long fucking movie.
And then the Daily Planet
Lawrence
picture guy.
Fishburne?
No, the picture guy. Who was the
one who died?
Yeah, a little bit more of that setup.
He was a character from the comics.
Yeah.
You read the comics? No.
Not Superman. Come on.
There was one of his little buddies was a cameraman, and
Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
yes, I know who Jimmy Olsen is.
And what's his name said, "Oh yeah, that was him who got killed off in the beginning." Everybody was like, "Are you fucking kidding me? You just named him Jimmy Olsen and had him killed off?" Like, great fan service, guy.
Fair enough.
Yeah. So it wasn't anything that I'm sitting there going like, wow, okay, well that should have been in the movie to make it that much better. It was just, oh, look at that, it's an extra scene with this person or that person, and I enjoyed the movie.
That leads me to something.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Finish.
That's
I enjoyed the movie. I liked when we did the review on it here. I think Ben Affleck is the best Bruce Wayne so far. I think he is an excellent Bruce Wayne. And I really like him as Batman. The rest of the movie, not so much. I'm very interested to see a Ben Affleck standalone Batman movie, which I heard he has creative control over.
Mm-hmm.
He's a good director, so
The Oscar-winning director.
Yeah.
yeah.
And screenwriter, because he also wrote Good Will Hunting with Matt Damon.
Everybody knows that Matt Damon wrote it and just put his name on it. I was listening to the radio the other day, and I'm going to steal this. And it wasn't another podcast; it was actual radio. And they were doing a list of best sidekicks.
Yeah, continue.
It just got silent.
What's wrong?
For interesting reasons.
I'll put my
So
dick away.
it was the best sidekicks, and
Bucky.
I don't think Bucky was on it,
Oh.
but I remember the top 4. And number 4 was Ron Wesley. That shows you how stupid the people. This is this local San Diego radio station doing this, and they said Ron Wesley. I was like, it's Ron Weasley. Shut up, Ron Wesley. Go to hell. He was number 4. Would you care to take a guess at the top 3? And then I'll ask you guys who would you want for a sidekick?
Robin won.
Robin was not one.
What?
What is it, 2?
What, Kato?
I don't think that any of those were 1, 2, and 3. I know what 1, 2, and 3
Are they
were.
from comics?
No. Well, kind of, but you don't know the person from a comic. They do have comics after these people.
Sidekicks.
Sidekicks, yes, sidekicks, best sidekicks.
It was like Moth? The
No,
Moth?
no. Yeah. Okay, so I'll just give them to
Hit
you,
Girl.
and then you guys can.
Hit Girl.
You hear Anna
Damn it.
Kendrick saying she wants to play Squirrel Girl.
Yeah,
I hadn't heard
which I can kind of see.
Number 3 was Chewbacca.
that. Oh,
Great
yeah,
sidekick,
yeah.
excellent sidekick. Yeah. Number 2 was Shaggy.
Is he the sidekick?
This was a huge discussion. Was who was a sidekick? Was Scooby? Shaggy was a sidekick because the show's called
I don't-
Scooby, but Scooby's his dog.
Aren't they all his sidekicks then?
If they're not on screen for the exact same amount of time, I'd be surprised because they're never far apart. Either they're like right off camera from one another, they don't split up.
Number 1 was Hermione. Number 1 was Hermione. Number 1 wasn't Chewbacca. It wasn't Robin.
Yeah.
It wasn't. I'm like, who the? And I don't even look at Hermione as a sidekick to.
No.
It's Ron.
Yeah.
And in each one of the people in the Harry Potter movies bring almost just as much to the table as Harry.
Totally.
Because they couldn't have done anything without the other ones. They've all contributed major parts to his victory.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, obviously Harry sacrificed the most, but I don't really see Hermione as a sidekick. It's more as a, Ron and Harry are the buddy, and
Oh,
Hermione.
so she's the love interest because she's the female.
No.
Obviously, she has to be the love interest.
She's the
of all of
smartest one out of all 3 of them. I mean,
them. So she's not a good sidekick.
I think she's in her own independent character, and Ron's a sidekick. You're trying to make this into a sex issue when I'm giving her enough
If her and Ron,
admiration and respect.
if her and Ron are equal best friends to Harry, and you're picking the male and saying the girl can't even qualify for sidekick status.
No, because she's her own character. You're not going to turn this into what you want to
So
turn
Ron
it into.
isn't? They're both equal up there.
Yeah, but I see Ron
I
as a
don't
sidekick.
see either as a sidekick. Not in my opinion.
You don't see Ron as a sidekick?
No, they're like friends. I don't see him as sidekicks. Like he's not following after
Yeah.
Harry. Saying,
Like,
Harry,
I
I'm
mean-
gonna learn from you.
I started this
No.
saying there. I don't think they could have done anything without the other one. So what is Neville the sidekick?
They're peers. I don't know. I don't think that kind of movie needs sidekicks.
Who would you want as your sidekick?
I don't. That's a weird question.
Why?
Between those three.
You want me to say
those
you?
two?
I think.
If we were battling crime, you'd be the sidekick.
Oh, he'd be the bottom.
I'd be. What would I be? The balls and you'd be the nose? We
The
determined.
ambiguous gay duo.
We determined that this is Corey's call. You
Yeah.
can't see this because that's not this medium, but it's me putting my hand on my forehead and making a gigantic.
It's like a salute.
triangle off
If
my
the
face.
salute was going into your forehead, makes it appear that I have an even bigger nose.
Oh man.
Somebody tweeted today that they wanted to do a Superman Popeye crossover.
Popeye fight him.
I don't think Popeye would.
Yeah.
Robin Williams as Popeye was kind of like a eh.
Never seen it.
Okay.
I-
You don't need to.
Corey
I
loved it.
love that movie.
Okay.
You know they built that whole town from scratch. It was on island. I read that the other
Is
day.
that the reason why you love that movie?
No,
It's not because of the great acting.
Oh, I love the movie for everything about it.
Okay.
I watched that when I was a kid.
I think that cartoon is so old that it won't even resonate in today. Like if you tried to reboot it for the kids, it wouldn't even make any sense. They'll be
Aren't
like,
they having that
"What the hell is
problem?
spinach?"
Aren't they having that problem with Looney Tunes? Isn't Bugs Bunny just come back? They still started making new Bugs Bunny cartoons.
Did they? And your kid's
Yeah.
like, who's this clown?
And nobody knows who Bugs Bunny is.
The problem with those is that the early Looney Tunes and the Hanna-Barbera stuff, I mean, incredibly
Violent?
racy and sexist and violent and
Yeah.
all those things, which I find hilarious as an adult. And the kids just didn't understand, other than the fact that they incorporated it into their mental capacity of daily life. But now these things are becoming very much bubble guppies, where everybody gets a trophy.
What's wrong with Bubble Guppies?
It's a
They
current,
have really catchy songs.
It's a current popular example.
You couldn't have Elmer Fudd hunting a rabbit,
Right.
and the rabbit sticking the gun up his Elmer
Well, you
Fudd's
got
ass.
Yokai Watch, and the kid comes out of the bathroom and says, "Oh man, that girl heard me taking a deuce in the bathroom."
Poop jokes are fine, but killing—that's going to teach kids to bring guns to school, Robert.
Or a foghorn
Elmer Fudd.
leghorn.
Well, I say. My
Look this up, Travis. How many episodes of Looney Tunes was Taz in? It was something like he's one of the most popular characters in Looney Tunes, and he was only in like 18 cartoons. It was something like super minor.
Offshoot. You know who's always my favorite is Marvin the Martian.
I was just saying, it made me think of Marvin the Martian because
he's not much, but I always
what's the big red thing from the Halloween episodes?
Oh,
I always liked
that
him.
one that has it's like a big old triangle.
My favorite cartoons
that
when those were on were the House of the Future ones, where it always had weird things, and they never came on. And I loved House of Tomorrow cartoons. Those are my favorite.
Miss waking up at Saturdays and watching cartoons.
Yeah, and it was only like a couple years ago that Saturday morning cartoons finally officially went away. It's because you have Cartoon Network. There's cartoons on 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. There's Nick Jr., there's Disney Jr., there's Cartoon Network. I just recorded a bunch of All Real Monsters. Parker's not interested.
No?
At Comic-Con this year, I don't want to bleed too much into Comic-Con because that'll be next week. They're doing a whole Nickelodeon 90s theme. They're having all kinds of voice actors from the 90s cartoons.
That's pretty epic.
Rugrats, Rocco, Hey Arnold, like all those ones. For people that are becoming older now, they have more money, they want to spend money on these things that they liked as a kid. Can't find it?
No, I did. So Taz was only in a total of 65 episodes
That's a lot
since
more.
like 1957, though. So
Yeah, that's almost nothing compared to like
it's less than one a
other
year.
Corey's lifting up his book. Corey had a topic, but Corey always brings quizzes.
Yeah, it's
Or
like,
how many?
We're doing a quiz.
I'm like the quiz master.
Uh-huh.
If we're done talking about,
We're gonna make shirts that are like pop out shirts instead of pop out books. Yeah, we're gonna make official shirts. They're gonna. What do we?
Were you talking about the Holocaust?
No.
You remember that?
What?
We talking about making a Holocaust pop-up book. You remember that, Robert?
No, we can't talk about that on here.
Oh.
Just a book, and Auschwitz pops up, and then all of a sudden, some like little
I don't wanna
green
even
paper
go here.
starts flapping.
I doesn't want to do this because
No.
the podcast will lose credibility.
Yeah.
I don't want to lose the 12 listeners that we have.
Let's just say it was extremely,
Horrible.
but very funny. He had page by page.
I was gonna say we were gonna make a. No, it wasn't. Spoiler alert. Was it Tellsies or Spoilsies or?
Yeah.
I said we were gonna coin the phrase. No, I was gonna say we were gonna make a shirt with your face on it that says Quizmaster, but it was gonna be a pop out book because your nose would be sticking out of the shirt.
Yeah, it just has to be a big fake nose. What did I say? I can't wear one of those fake nose and glasses because the nose won't fit.
Yeah. Okay, so what do you got, Corey?
Okay, nothing much. What did we play last week? We tried to guess.
Who was in more episodes of what?
Yeah.
What's all that chicken scratch in your?
That's my hand.
Corey opened his lunchbox with a thermostat in it and took out
a thermostat.
and thermos.
Thermostat.
Sorry, that's years of Home Depot. And
Is it a Nest Learning thermostat?
Yeah, it's a Nest Learning thermostat. Took out his. It's a diary with a unicorn on the front of it. It's got a purple velvet.
It's
rubber band.
It's a liger.
It's a liger.
And his pen is one of those purple pens with like the trolls as like the eraser with like the fuzzy hair.
Yeah.
We're just trying to paint a picture.
Yeah.
Right? This is a. Anyways, Corey, what do you got? Stop opening your mouth that way.
So I just went to Metacritic, and you remember we pulled up. I think maybe it was a long time ago. They give scores to movies, and then under each actor, they actually pull them together and they'll give you average and everything. So I want you guys to go head to head, and tell me which actor.
Like jousting?
Yeah, I want you to go head to head.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Okay, give me a minute though. I'm not ready. I'm not prepared for this.
You get yourself lubed, ready to go. So actors and their movie scores, not their TV show scores or anything. I'm gonna list 2 actors, and you tell me which one has the greater score.
But here's the problem: do we alternate answering questions? Because we always debate on how we're gonna call in to. We don't have fly swatters this time. We don't have.
Yeah. Well, at first I was gonna have you guys work as a team, but I figured that's no fun. So, if
You know
want,
what we didn't talk about that we need to talk about on here is the escape room. Silence.
I was not a part of that.
Travis wasn't.
Oh my god, it was so good.
What if we did like name as your buzzer?
Why don't we just alternate questions?
Okay, that's
if you
fine.
keep getting them right, you can keep going.
Okay.
Sound good? And then, because then we don't have to yell, or
You guys, I imagine, are going to guess the same people. I won't be mad at this.
it won't burst.
Some will be obvious, and if you both pick the same answers.
I don't want anybody's heads to explode from us screaming on the microphone.
Okay, so for like Matt Damon and Ben Affleck, who's got the higher aggregated score for their movies?
It's Matt Damon, because
And these also,
Ben Affleck did Geely.
I think it counts if they wrote, produced, or directed.
Oh, well.
Because
then you got Argo and...
Yeah, I think Ben Affleck has
I'll take Matt Damon.
the greater work. He did a lot of stupid movies, including Mallrats.
He was in The Bomb. If that's not a stupid movie, how dare you? He was The Bomb
on
and
the
Phantoms.
score. We're not talking about.
Yeah. So I think it's Ben Affleck.
I'll take Matt Damon.
Okay, Matt Damon, 63%,
Okay.
which is generally considered pretty good. Anything
Yeah.
over 60 is actually like great. 52, Ben Affleck.
Geely.
He had a couple that brought him down.
Jiggly. Oh, Jersey Girl.
But like Matt Damon's, most of his are like solid. Like Elysium it got solid.
I never saw Elysium, and I always wanted to.
The Bourne movies
coming
all.
out too.
I've only seen the first Bourne.
But I'll put.
I know.
I put like the highest movies. Saving Private Ryan is a 90%.
Yeah.
He was only in it for like 10
He's
minutes,
still
and he
in it.
cried the whole stupid time.
Some people have cameos and they get that movie
Yeah.
to boost their score.
Or lower their score.
Argo was 86.
Really?
That was
Argo was great.
Ben Affleck's highest.
I haven't seen Argo. I haven't seen Martian either, and I have it on the.
You haven't seen The Martian?
I have it on the DVR.
I just watched that. It's a great movie. I like that
Super
movie a lot.
funny.
It's funny and it helps because that movie would otherwise be depressing.
Totally.
It puts in. I mean, doing things this way kind of puts in, like, you think of somebody's entire. Like, do you have Tom Hanks on there at all?
You'll see.
Okay.
I tried to put them together by some distinguishing things, but Chris Evans, Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
Robert Downey Jr.
And you guys are thinking what? Because he has.
Are you scoring us here?
Oh yeah, who got that last one right?
And Robert
Travis?
did.
Oh, you got it
He
right?
got 60. He got Matt Damon.
I didn't want to count it.
Yeah, I know.
So, why do you think Robert? I just want to know.
He did. He's done. I mean, he did Chaplin, which is great.
Yeah.
The first Iron Man I know was rated highly, but Chris Evans was in Not Another Teen Movie. He was in the Fantastic Four movie. I mean, he had some movies to definitely bring his score down. I mean, but now they've been in movies together. Civil War was high.
They'll stay the same because of that.
Yeah, but
Chris Evans can't hold a movie on his own.
he did. I don't know how highly The Judge scored for Robert Downey Jr., but what's that movie that Vic likes with Zach Galifianakis? Due Date.
Yeah,
I think that was pretty well received.
I don't know if it would have been like critically, but I think it would have been mid-pack.
Robert Downey Jr. was in Chef with Jon Favreau. I don't know if you saw that.
That was such a good movie.
It was a great movie.
Have you seen Chef?
No, I didn't.
It is a great movie.
I just watched it like for the third time the other day, and I'm like, every time I watch it, I'm like, I really want to go in the kitchen and cook right now.
Have you ever had a Cubano sandwich?
Yes, it's delicious.
They are. Where'd you have it?
Fantastic. We have a place in Temecula called Havana Kitchen.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah.
I should have had one. I was right outside of Miami a couple years ago, 3 or 4 years ago. No, but Werewolf Downtown makes a pork belly Cubano sandwich with habanero pickles and some other stuff on it.
Right now.
Have you ever gone to Werewolf?
How come I've never seen you eat it?
I have eaten it.
Not in front of me.
What? Didn't I?
I don't think so. I've always seen you get the sliders and the balls.
This place has these things called Papa's Balls, where it's bacon. Is it cotija cheese? Is that what it's called?
Yeah.
And
Cotija cheese.
a mashed potato ball.
A mashed potato ball, and they deep fry it, cover it with cilantro and
That's amazing too.
And chipotle sauce.
Yeah.
This is one of.
Yeah, I like that place.
I think if you look it up, it's rated in the top 25 restaurants in
And
San
it's
Diego.
never busy.
Yeah,
Oh,
which is
not
funny
that
'cause it's like
busy.
a hole in the wall. If you any mixed drink you order, we're getting way off topic. Any mixed drink you order, you get a lucky lotto pick, and they have like the Keno game, whatever it's called, the hotspot.
Yeah.
And you can win money.
That's crazy.
Yeah, it's a cool restaurant. You should definitely go there. It's on 4th.
Robert Downey Jr. was in Chef, and he played a good little asshole character in that.
That was a really good movie. Highly.
If I ever see it, I'll watch it.
I think Robert Downey
Netflix
Jr.
still,
although his career was sort of stumbled,
weird
stymied at the early in the like 90s because of drugs and alcohol. I think he's bounced back, and the 80s to today, I think he has the better.
Chris Evans was in Snowpiercer.
Yeah.
Did you see Snowpiercer?
Not yet.
Good movie.
Yeah.
Okay.
Who? You both say Robert Downey?
Yeah.
You both get it. Robert Downey, average score is 60. Chris Evans, 51.
Seems higher.
But what's funny is Snowpiercer is Chris Evans' highest, and it's higher than Charlie on the score.
Really?
Yeah. That was the 2 number 1 movies.
Wow.
84 to 80.
Wow. On Metacritic?
Yeah.
I liked Snowpiercer. I know you liked it too. I liked it a lot more than you did. I liked Snowpiercer a lot.
Watch it.
Original kind of movie too.
Okay, so Shawshank guys. Tim Robbins or Morgan Freeman?
Morgan Freeman. It is Morgan Freeman.
You gotta think.
I'm gonna take Tim Robbins.
Take the good with the bad, because Bruce Almighty's or whatever, or Evan Almighty's.
I'm gonna take Tim Robbins because he's been in less. He's been in Shawshank.
But Tim Robbins also like Pick a Destiny. I don't think that did well.
I bet you.
He was Nuke Lelouch.
I bet you. Pick a Destiny isn't rated that bad, but he was also in Arlington Road, which was really good.
Mm-hmm.
He was in.
He was creepy as hell in that movie.
Bull Durham.
Yeah, Nuke Lelouch.
Is that what his name was?
Yeah,
I couldn't remember what his name was.
Morgan Freeman.
Yeah, but he's been in a ton of movies, and they're not all good.
Glory.
So I think Morgan Freeman wins this category just because most people love hearing Morgan Freeman's voice.
Yeah, he also dated his granddaughter, so I mean, he fails at life.
Let's not get personal here, all right?
Okay, who
you guys stick with it yet?
I'm gonna take
Morgan
Tim Robbins.
Freeman, yeah.
Let's see. Tim Robbins, 61. Solid. Morgan Freeman, 55.
Wow!
Yeah.
I'm baffled by that.
Have you ever heard of The Player?
No.
That was Tim Robbins' best at 86. $1 Million Baby, 86.
Okay.
So.
What were their worst movies?
I didn't write it down.
Oh.
Wouldn't it be funny if a shot?
They all have ones that are just like zeros.
Yeah.
So it's Kevin Smith or Jason Mewes. So it's kind of interesting because one rides with the other half the time.
I'm gonna say Jason Mewes but Jason Mewes was he in? He's been in everything he's done.
But Kevin Smith wrote it all.
Yeah, I understand, but I
think
mean,
Kevin Smith also gets credit for the ones he directed too. So
okay, then it's gonna be Kevin Smith.
It's got to be Kevin Smith
because I mean, you're gonna have if Jason Mewes was in Jersey Girl. I never saw Jersey Girl. I mean, that's gonna bring it down. But there's other things for Kevin Smith to bring him back up.
What has Kevin Smith done? Like he was in that Die Hard movie.
Yeah,
but then
he's the Flash episode he did this year was very well received.
Won't count that.
Why not?
It's movies.
Oh, it's not.
Kevin Smith did Cop Out with Bruce Willis, apparently, which was a horrible event for him because Bruce Willis apparently is the worst person to work with.
Yeah. And he's not the only person that said that. It's kind of terrible. Because like it's the same thing with Tim Robbins and Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman's been in a lot more to bring him down. Where the movies you ever see that movie with Tim Robbins and Martin Lawrence?
Yes, Nothing to Lose.
That was a good movie.
That was a great movie.
Yeah. I'm gonna take a shot in the dark and say Jason Mewes.
Kevin Smith. That's my answer.
Okay, Kevin Smith, 51. Kevin Smithsonian, 51. Jason Mewes, 48.
Oh, I should have stuck with my first answer.
Best movies. This film was not yet rated. It's Kevin Smith. I don't know if it was a documentary or something.
I don't know.
75. Clerks, Jason Mewes, best, 70.
Clerks is such a good movie. Yeah. I love Clerks.
Seth Rogen, James Franco.
James Franco. He did 127 hours.
And Oz.
That was such a bad movie.
I'm gonna go with Seth Rogen just because Seth Rogen writes more of his stuff than Franco does.
Franco's been nominated for an Oscar.
He might have won one.
I don't think he won it.
He didn't win any?
I don't think he won it.
So you say Seth Rogen,
James Franco.
Seth Rogen, 59. James Franco, 53.
Oh, nice. You caught back up.
Yeah.
So Knocked Up, Seth Rogen's number 1, 59.
It's a good movie. It's all around.
Yeah.
Can't
knock it.
Milk, 84 for James Franco.
Oh, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
He wasn't in very much.
No, he just was there to suck some dick.
This is kind of weird because it's a lot of movies, not a lot. Harrison Ford, Mark Hamill.
So
And
you're
it doesn't do games, or I might do voice acting for movies.
Right,
If he ever
He
because
did
would
one.
absolutely have to do it, and he's been in a ton.
They had 3 separate categories. It said movies, TV, games. So I just did movies.
I'm gonna go Harrison Ford just because everything Mark Hamill's been in that's of note, with the exception of the Batman series, Harrison Ford's been in, like as far as Star Wars is concerned. And American Graffiti, Harrison Ford was in it.
Harrison Ford has been in a ton.
Yeah, the Air Force One, The Fugitive.
You've never seen it, have you, Bob?
I've never seen Air Force One.
6 Days, 7 Nights with Anne Heche.
I've seen
I
that.
like that movie.
David Schwimmer.
Yeah, I would
I
totally
almost-
bang that hot lady.
I almost want to go with Mark Hamill just because it's
Seems
less.
so obvious it's not Mark Hamill.
I'll take Harrison Ford.
What'd you say?
Harrison
Said
Ford.
Harrison Ford.
Harrison Ford, 61. Mark Hamill, 65.
Oh,
Wow!
A New Hope was their highest, both of them.
At least I got you tied.
Yeah,
got you on that one.
God, I should have went with my gut. But the last 2 times it betrayed me.
Yeah.
Betrayed me.
Leo DiCaprio, Kate Winslet.
Kate Winslet.
She's been nominated for. I'm gonna go DiCaprio.
She has more Oscars.
I guess that's what I'll use.
No, and it's gonna go to her. But I gotta go with DiCaprio.
She shows her boobs more often.
I think Leo shows some good nips. Every
Yes.
once in a while. Let's see, where is it? Leo DiCaprio, 63, solid. Kate Winslet, 60.
Wow.
So Leo, who said Leo?
I did.
Bobby.
Robbie.
Bobby.
Bobby. We have Christoph Waltz and Alan Rickman.
I didn't know what the best movies were for these.
Oh, sorry. It was
People.
Departed and Eternal Sunshine.
Departed is so good.
It holds up too.
Yeah, I started watching it a little bit the other day, and then the kids walked in the room like, I can't watch this movie.
Characters named Hans, Christoph Waltz, and Alan Rickman.
Alan did so much more.
Yeah.
He was the sheriff of Nottingham, that was the movie my mother fell in love with Alan Rickman. She got so turned
funny.
on by Alan Rickman in that. I don't know, ever since then she has been infatuated with him.
But did she take it harshly when he died?
She was. I told her. I texted her about it.
Tweeted
And
her that you were saying?
I texted her about it, and she was like, "I can't really talk about it right now. I'll have to get back to you later." And you know, one of those like it needs to take.
Do you listen to Kevin Smith's podcast?
No, not yet.
Oh man, when he was talking about, he had an episode called Requiem, and he was talking about, and he could not hold it in. He just lost it. He was talking about. And everybody that ever said anything about him said he would out of nowhere show up to your plays.
I read that.
He said that Alan Rickman was the first big name that they landed that wasn't a close personal friend. He was the first person that signed on to Dogma that wasn't a friend of his.
Mm-hmm.
And that's right when he met his wife too. And he was kind of like there for him for all the important stuff from then on. And he lost it. It was
That's cool.
It's weird seeing somebody listening to somebody just let out their everything like that. But Alan Rickman and
Christoph Waltz.
it wasn't
Hans Gruber and Hans Landa.
Waltz did this new shitty movie that Travis liked. He did Green Arrow, right? No, Green Hornet.
Yeah.
Green Hornet. But he also did Django, Inglourious Bastards.
Horrible Bosses too.
I'm gonna take Rickman because those Harry Potter movies are just like boom, 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 boom.
Waltz doesn't have the career that Rickman has.
But you got to figure low movies with some high Quentin Tarantino ones in there would. Are we both going Rickman?
Yeah.
We're both going Rickman.
Christoph Waltz, 54. Alan Rickman, 59.
Nice.
Django at 81. Deathly Hallows at 87.
God, those were good movies.
Which one? Part 1 or 2 though?
Oh, it was part 2.
Okay.
Sorry. Yeah, anytime a Harry Potter thing comes
Let's
up.
keep it going, man.
nice
You're
one.
slowing the podcast down.
Kurt Russell, Bruce Campbell.
Oh, it's gonna be Kurt Russell, but I love Bruce Campbell so much.
It's Kurt Russell, and I'm not. It's hard. Bruce Campbell to me is hard to watch sometimes. So like, that's
Get
why-
out.
I know. It's an unpopular opinion, but
So
People that know of him usually love him. I mean, it's hard.
Not that Kurt Russell's
to.
not a lovable guy.
Anyways,
So you both say Kurt?
yeah, it's got to be Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, 57. Bruce Campbell, 49.
I love Bruce Campbell.
So Kurt Russell's he was in some documentary that was really high up that kind of messed up the score, but his next highest one was Breakdown. Love that movie. And Evil Dead the original was Bruce Campbell's best on the rating.
Okay. All right.
You see Breakdown, right?
No, what's Breakdown? I don't even know what it is.
Where Kurt Russell's car breaks down, his wife gets kidnapped.
No,
No.
I've never seen it.
Such a good movie. I love that movie.
When was it?
Like late 80s,
80s?
early 90s. I don't know. I remember watching it as a
Wasn't
kid
Captain
all the
Ron?
time. No, love that movie.
Hey, boss. That's my favorite.
Some like people
Russell
fucking with like traveling across country and their car breaks down. Somebody fucked with it at a gas station. A trucker comes, picks up the wife. So I'll take her to like
Boomer.
a gas station.
It's my gym teacher, man.
Yeah,
I love Sky High. That's a good movie.
that's why I picked them both. They're both in that.
Yeah. Oh yeah. There you go.
John Travolta, Samuel L. Jackson.
Samuel L. Jackson.
It's going to be John Travolta.
You guys gonna argue? Or you good?
No, it's Samuel L. Jackson because Samuel L. Jackson has been in almost every Quentin Tarantino movie.
Yeah.
Which
But he's also been in Snakes on a Plane.
is actually a fan favorite. People like that
It's
movie.
a cult classic.
Yeah, just because he says motherfucking snakes on this motherfucking plane.
Yeah,
It's a horrible film.
The scores will be bad on that.
Okay.
John Travolta was in Phenomenon, which is
Look
a
who's
good
talking
movie.
to.
Oh God, they've both done some bad movies.
Right? Like,
But Grease, how highly rated is Grease?
Grease might be his top-rated film.
Is it?
But then he was also in Face Off. So, you know.
What's wrong with Face Off? I want to take his face.
Off.
Okay, who is it?
Oh, so what do you guys stick with? I just want to remember.
You should have done John Travolta versus Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
That would have been good.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that would have been an easy choice though. Nicolas Cage would have been shit.
God, he's done some bad movies. I'll take John Travolta.
And Samuel L. Jackson.
John Travolta, 49.
Oh,
Samuel L.
God.
Jackson, 54.
Oh
Yes.
The
God,
both best movies, Pulp Fiction at 94%.
I totally forgot they're in the same car together. I
Yeah.
forgot they were in the
Uh-huh.
same movie
Yeah.
together.
Yeah, Jules and what's
He
his name?
blows Phil Lamar's head off.
Uh-huh.
Was Phil Lamar, wasn't
Vincent
it?
Jules. Yeah. Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Sylvester
and
Stallone.
Sylvester Stallone. And I gotta think, because they both had some.
Oh, but
Stallone's
Stallone's been in Rocky.
He's won Academy
Basically,
Awards.
it's like the Terminator movies versus the Rockies.
Stallone's
and-
done more, though. Like, Cliffhanger was a really good movie.
Yeah. But the Expendables, they're not critically received well.
But there's Last Action Hero, which I know you and I both love, but that's not very well
Arnold
thought
just
of.
did that one that did really well with that. The daughter was a zombie.
Oh yeah, that I haven't watched that, but that was supposed to be really good.
Yeah. So
I'll go Stallone because of Rocky.
It's Stallone.
Arnold Schwarzenegger, 51. Sylvester Stallone, 46.
Wow. What
Yeah.
was their top rated movie?
Terminator,
Uh-huh.
83. Creed at 82.
Wow, Creed is...
Terminator on Rotten Tomatoes is 100%.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I like Judgment Day better than, like, the first one.
I think that maybe because it was a sequel, it wasn't an original idea. Maybe
Yeah.
with
Now, I wrote this down in the notes because I looked and I expected Rocky to be number one, and I couldn't find it on his movie list on there. So I don't think Rocky 1 was, for some reason, wasn't
didn't he
on.
write and direct
He
it?
Metacritic.
wrote, directed, and starred in Rocky.
So if that would have moved him up 5 points, maybe, but
See, then I have to question the integrity of
Yeah.
this list.
it's Metacritic all the way.
Yeah.
I don't
We're
know
done.
why some things won't
We're
be on
done
there.
here.
But since you both got it wrong, it really
Doesn't
doesn't matter. You
Yeah.
both won.
I want to change mine.
Yeah. Batman. Michael Keaton, Christian Bale.
Christian Bale. And Michael Keaton, I love Michael Keaton a lot, but two Batmans, Beetlejuice.
In the past 5 years, though, Michael Keaton.
Oh yeah, he's done Birdman.
Michael Keaton's my pick.
He's done, but Christian Bale.
He was in Pacific Heights, which was a weird.
What is that?
It's an early '90s movie. He was another one where he was.
And Christian Bale's been around. He did Empire of the Sun, which is highly rated.
Yeah.
Well, there was a movie in the mid '90s where Michael Keaton was the serial killer, and Andy Garcia was this cop, and like they had to shut down a hospital, and like.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah,
But
I don't remember the name of the movie,
I've never
but I
seen it.
remember that movie being amazing.
I just saw there was a movie on the other day on Cinemax that was Michael Keaton was a cokehead or a coke addict or something. It was back in like the 80s. I don't know what it is. I'm not, but I'll take Christian Bale.
Keaton.
Okay. Michael Keaton, 57. Christian Bale, 61.
Wow.
Both very high.
Mhm.
Spotlight, the newest movie that just won the
Oh
Academy
yeah,
Award.
yeah.
Michael Keaton's best movie, 93.
That's about
I wrote it
the
on-
Catholic Church
Yeah.
and.
But
okay.
he had a couple high ones, like Toy Story 3, I wrote down just shits and giggles, 92. Birdman, 88.
I was waiting for Birdman to come out and I still haven't watched it.
Good movie. American Hustle's Christian Bale's best, which is kind of weird. But
Which is funny.
Who got it right?
I did. I like American Hustle, but it was a little.
Never seen it now.
That's pretty good. You don't like Jennifer Lawrence, so
Yeah, whatever.
how do you not like Jennifer Lawrence?
I mean, especially after you saw her complete repertoire on the internet.
Okay, we're not talking about the fappening.
Gary Oldman, Jack Nicholson.
Oh, it's gonna be Jack Nicholson. I love Gary Oldman. Gary Oldman is.
The old man and the Nicholson.
I would put Gary Oldman in my top 5 favorite actors.
I just heard him on the Nerdist podcast.
How was he? I got to listen to that.
What accent did he use?
Well, no, he was it's so funny because Chris Hardwick mentioned the same thing. He's like, I don't think I've ever heard you speak in your normal walking
in
voice.
those commercials.
Well, and so he obviously he's British, but
Yeah.
he's lived in the America and in LA for a long period of time.
Tell me if he talked about this, because I've heard that he lost his accent.
And he had to get a job coach to get it
Yeah,
back.
he had to get a voice coach to get his accent
They
back.
did not talk.
They
about
didn't.
That, no.
I was just because.
But they didn't
like
talk
he told him or
about.
something.
They didn't talk about like the most poignant parts of his career. They talked a lot about his because he's a recovering. So he's sober. He's like 15 years sober, something like that.
So it's The Fifth Element?
Well, yeah, basically, and his career, other than like Harry Potter or the Commissioner Gordon and
He's
stuff
played
like
bad
that.
guys.
Yeah, it was a super interesting podcast, and because of
Air
that,
Force One?
Yeah.
He
He
was a bad
played,
guy.
he played Lee Harvey Oswald, didn't he?
Yeah, yeah, and he actually went. He talked about that. He went and hung out with Lee Harvey's family,
That's weird.
and the reason
Have
he
you ever
hung
seen that
out
movie?
with Lee
Nah.
Harvey's family was
That was
because
JFK, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Have you watched? I mean, you have to watch that movie. That's a great movie.
I've never seen JFK.
Oh, that's that. Have you seen it?
No,
Katrina.
It's Costume
Katrina
Dress
made
movie?
me watch.
Have you seen Dances with Wolves?
I haven't.
Then we'll trade off.
Okay, Katrina made me watch The Professional, which I had never seen. She made me watch JFK, which I had never seen, which is excellent. It's absolutely excellent. And she made me watch Ray Liotta, Goodfellas. I had never seen it when we met.
Wow.
But
Those are good. I mean, I would know two of them.
JFK is really good. JFK has Michael Rooker in it. It's got Kevin Costner in it. It's got Gary Oldman. It's a lot of people. Good movie.
So based on that podcast that I just listened to of Gary Oldman, I'm going to say it's not Gary Oldman that wins that because he's been in a lot of crap movies just to...
Who's the other one?
Jack Nicholson.
Jack Nicholson.
It's going to be Jack Nicholson. He's been in The Shining. He's been in... I've never seen One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. He was in that. He was in Departed.
He's
Which
been
we
in his
talked
fair
about.
share of turd movies.
I'd say Jack
Adam
Nicholson.
Sandler movie. Or
I
two.
like Anger Management.
I like it too. It won't.
Their relationship together.
It wouldn't
was
have a
fun.
high score in this.
As good as it gets with Diane Keaton.
That's a good movie.
Yeah, you see her naked.
So
I don't
Yeah.
remember that.
you both say Jack, huh?
Yeah.
Gary Oldman 57, pretty high.
Yeah.
Jack Nicholson 66,
Wow.
It is high.
the highest you've seen so far. Deathly Hallows 2 was Gary Oldman's best. Chinatown was Jack Nicholson's.
How many more do you got? We got like...
That's halfway.
That's halfway?
You want to speed it up a little bit?
Yeah, we got to speed it up a little bit because we got to keep this around an hour so people are actually interested in what we have to say.
It's only how you guys want to talk about every actor you've ever seen in your life. It'll be easier now. All the big ones are gone. Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell.
Will Ferrell.
Adam Sandler was in Spanglish. He was in Punch Drunk Love.
Good movies, but Adam
been
Sandler is the worst critic person ever. Every movie he does...
I'll take Will Ferrell.
Yeah, it's Will Ferrell.
Lego movie.
Adam Sandler 36, Will Ferrell 49.
You don't have Tom Hanks in there. You said you got rid of all the big actors.
It's coming.
But he's not a big actor?
No, I said that till you cool your heels. Punch Drunk was up there, and Lego Movie for Will Ferrell.
Lego movie had to be in the 90s on, well, maybe not
80,
Metacritic.
83,
Metacritic's
which is very, very high.
Metacritic's a bunch of Debbie Downers.
They give it, whatever. Chris Pratt, Bill Murray.
It's Bill Murray. Because he's so selective on what he does, and everybody loves Bill Murray. I don't think anybody hates Bill Murray.
But didn't he do that, what movie did he do that was terrible?
St. Vincent most recently.
I like that movie.
Oh, yeah?
You haven't seen it then?
I've seen bits and pieces.
I like
can't
it a lot.
watch the whole thing.
No, what's that animated movie where the guy is sick and it goes into his Osmosis Jones?
Oh, God, yeah.
He was in that. Yeah.
With Chris Rock.
So I'll still take Bill Murray.
Bill Murray.
Chris Pratt, okay. Chris Pratt, 59, very high. Bill Murray, 60.
Wow.
They're
one
that
point.
close?
Zero Dark 30 is 95%. That's
Never
Chris
seen it.
Pratt.
Yeah.
The terrorist, that killed Osama bin Laden.
Yeah,
Never seen it.
Lost in Translation, 89.
Oh, such a good movie.
yeah.
That's it. He was in Ghostbusters and so many movies.
Ghostbusters.
Caddyshack.
Melissa McCarthy
Meatballs.
versus Kristen Wiig.
Pass. I actually like Kristen Wiig. I actually like Melissa McCarthy. She's pretty funny in a lot of things. I think she's in so much for such a short period of time. It was kind of just like oversaturation.
Tammy was a real downer. Spy rebounded her.
I heard that movie was really good.
Spy's great. It's Melissa McCarthy for the mere fact that Kristen Wiig has been in like
10 movies.
2 movies, like that have been out. Like I mean, other than Bridesmaids.
I'll you know what? I'll take Kristen Wiig just to take the opposite.
Oh, yeah, you cool?
Yeah.
Melissa McCarthy, Score 50. Kristen Wiig 62.
Wow. What was she in that was so highly rated?
Her?
Oh, that's with Joaquin Phoenix,
Yeah, that
right?
was a good
90%. Bridesmaid was Melissa McCarthy's best at 75. So
The
What
first
was
half
she in her? Who was she in her? I don't remember her.
I never
Was
seen
she
her.
the voice?
No, that was
I don't
Scarlett
know.
Johansson.
I have
Yeah.
no idea. I haven't seen it.
Yeah. Will Arnett, Will Forte.
I'm trying to think of what Will Forte has been in.
Gruber.
I'll take
Last
Will,
Man on Earth.
I'll take Will Arnett. He was in the Lego Movie.
Yeah, it's Will Arnett.
Will Arnett 49. Will Forte 49. So the tiebreaker, I was going to say either way, it's a trick question. Who had the best movie? Will Arnett has Ratatouille, 96%.
Will Arnett was in
I
Ratatouille.
know he was in it.
Who
Apparently he
in it?
was. You would know better than me. I've seen it like twice.
I love Ratatouille, but I don't know who he was.
He was Batman in Lego Movie.
Ratatouille is one of my favorite Pixar movies.
Tom Hanks versus John Ratzenberger.
Who the hell's John Ratzenberger?
He's Cliff from Cheers. He's been in every Pixar movie ever.
It's Tom Hanks. This is not even a question. This is
I'm gonna take Ratzenberger just because. Oh my god, and Tom Hanks is so good. But I mean, Ratzenberger being in every Pixar movie. Tom Hanks did The Terminal, which brought his score down a little bit. I like The Terminal. He did Lady Killers, which wasn't very highly rated. He did Angels and Demons, which wasn't very highly
That was
rated.
probably his last worst one I know.
Aren't they doing another one of those?
Yeah, Inferno.
Yeah. Okay,
Wow.
I'll take Ratzenberger. Pixar alone. I don't know who he played in the newest Dory or the newest Nemo, whatever.
Tom Hanks 64. Very high. Second highest we've gotten to. John Ratzenberger 80.
Holy shit! It's not even
Every single Pixar movie. That's like Toy Story is Tom Hanks at 92. Ratatouille was Ratzenberger's at 96. Ratzenberger had every single Pixar movie, which is probably like 96, 95, 94, 93.
except
So this is rating the movies they were in, not their performances in the movies.
Yeah. He's a cameo in all of them. Oh,
Right,
like,
yeah. So, because he
and
was
some of
the
them he's
piggy
main
bank,
characters, yeah.
yeah.
it doesn't matter if he was a good piggy bank or not. Just
Yeah.
the fact that the
He was also
piggy-
Mac the
He
Truck.
was in the best movies.
Okay.
Let's say that. Whether he starred in them or he's just in them.
Do you know that Ian Holm was the head chef to Gusteau's after Gusteau died? He's the little tiny guy. The little French guy, yeah. And he puts on like this really thick French accent. I wouldn't have known it was Ian Holm.
That's funny.
And the French girl was Janine Garofalo.
Really?
Yeah. Interesting cast.
I'll have to
Yeah.
watch it again. It's been a while.
Okay, 5 minutes, Corey.
Well, you guys talk too much. Brad Pitt, Edward
It's a
Norton.
podcast.
Brad Pitt, Edward Norton.
Edward Norton.
I'll take Edward Norton.
Brad Pitt 61, Edward Norton 62. Grand Budapest was his best.
I haven't seen it.
I thought Fight Club would be their number one for both of them.
I thought I would have said
Thelma and
American
Louise
History
was
X.
Brad Pitt.
Fight Club wasn't critically acclaimed when it came out.
So now
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
A lot of people didn't understand it.
So now we got the Nazi/Greek gods, Ralph Fiennes and Liam Neeson.
Ralph Fiennes.
Liam Neeson.
Schindler's List.
Yeah.
Ralph Fiennes was in
Schindler's List.
in Bruges. He was in Schindler's List.
He was in The English Patient. I don't know if that was.
He was in
correct.
he was in a ton of Harry Potters.
Yeah.
Liam Neeson was in Taken 3. Taken again.
Taken harder.
I've seen the first two. I haven't seen the third one.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen one. So what do you final picks?
Liam Neeson.
And
Ralph Fiennes.
Ralph Fiennes 66, very high. Liam Neeson 54.
Mm.
Hurt Locker he was in, which I had 94. That's very high.
I like how Liam Neeson became an action star at like 65.
Right.
years old.
Schindler's was his best, 93. Brendan Gleeson or son Domhnall Gleeson,
Brendan Gleeson is Mad Eye Moody.
Okay.
and his son is
Is
ginger kid who
he's
is-
the oldest Weasley brother, right?
He was also the villain who was talking to Darth whatever in the new.
He's a
Yeah.
redhead.
Yeah. Okay. I know. who
He
you're
was
talking
also in
about.
True Grit.
Yeah. The father.
Brendan Gleeson, but the other one's been in less. But those are all big movies.
Gangs of New York is what I think of when I think of the father, and 28 Days Later.
Have you seen In Bruges?
That's
Yeah,
a
I've
good
seen
one,
In
too.
Bruges. I like
Harry
it.
Potter's.
I'm gonna take the son. Because I'm thinking True Grit, Star Wars, and the Harry Potters.
He was in Revenant too.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the son.
What do you pick?
The dad.
Brendan Gleeson 59, high. Domhnall Gleeson 69,
Wow.
very very high.
You see True Grit?
Yeah, I
Good
did.
movie.
You know, Domhnall Gleeson was also in what was that?
It's called Brooklyn?
Ex Machina.
I haven't seen
Yeah,
it.
he was.
That's you need to watch Ex Machina.
I haven't.
Okay,
I haven't watched it.
It's so good.
Tom Cruise, Simon Pegg.
Simon Pegg was in some shit movies that I've seen recently on this low budget Australian movie. I don't even know what happened in it. It was terrible.
It's hard for me to watch some of his stuff.
And I love Simon Pegg.
Yeah.
I mean, some of his movies are my favorite movies. I like the Star Trek movies. I like Hot Fuzz and Shaun of the Dead and World's End.
Mm-hmm.
I like those movies a lot.
But were they critically acclaimed? That's why I gotta go.
Shaun
with
of the
Tom
Dead
Cruise.
was.
Yeah, but that's why I gotta go with Tom Cruise.
I'm gonna go with Tom Cruise as well.
Tom Cruise 60, Simon Pegg 58.
That's actually close. Yeah.
Surprisingly, yeah.
What was the highest rated on them? Did you rate it on there?
Room 237 for Tom Cruise. Star Trek for Simon Pegg.
Fair enough.
Clint Eastwood, Meryl Streep.
I haven't seen a lot of movies from either one of them. I know they're big names.
Clint Eastwood, just because he directed a lot of popular
Gran Torino
films
and $1 Million
and
Baby.
starred in them.
I'll have to agree.
Clint Eastwood 68, very high. Meryl Streep 63, very high. So you each get
Those
a
are
point.
both Academy Award winners.
Yeah, those are both big ones.
Yeah.
Robert De Niro, Joe Pesci.
De Niro.
It's De Niro.
I know they share a lot of movies, and I know De Niro's done some bad movies too. Joe Pesci, I read a huge article on how his is such an interesting career because he's done like big, critically acclaimed movies, and then he's done like
Turds.
Yeah, but he was in Home Alone.
Yeah, I wonder if that's good or bad. Robert De Niro, 55. Joe Pesci, 59.
Wow.
Robert De Niro only has a 55 of all the
He did,
Godfather.
Like, he's doing like Bad Grandpa
Raging
now,
Bull,
or Angry Grandpa, whatever.
Dirty Grandpa.
He did.
It was great.
His last like decades probably
You know what
brought him
movie I
down.
liked? Have you seen that movie with him and Michelle Pfeiffer where they have the kids and he's the mob person and they're relocated?
I've seen. I know what you're talking about. I haven't seen the movie.
It's a good movie.
Okay.
I watched it and it was pretty good.
We're on the last three, and
Okay.
I think Travis needs to catch up. Russell Crowe or Hugh Jackman?
Russell Crowe.
I have to go
Opposite
opposite.
to try to catch
So Hugh Jackman,
It's a Gladiator, LA Confidential.
Wolverine.
Yeah.
Russell Crowe, 59. Hugh Jackman, 50.
And that's game.
LA
Folks.
Confidential and Happy Feet.
Oh.
Was highest.
That's his highest. It wasn't Les Mis or whatever or anything.
Wasn't Chappie?
No.
I like that movie. Have you seen it? Or no, not Chappie. I liked
That's the robot one.
yeah, but there's another robot
yeah,
one.
yeah.
What's the
Real Steel?
Real Steel.
That was a good one.
That's entertaining.
Al Pacino, Martin Sheen.
Pacino.
Pacino.
I have to. I can't.
You gotta change it.
No, but I mean,
You could lose worse.
I'm going to lose. But I'm just gonna go with the truth, and that is Al Pacino.
Al Pacino, 59. Martin Sheen, 60.
Wow.
Godfather at 100, but Apocalypse Now, 90. Departed's in the 90s. Al Pacino's done some turds. He was in the Adam Sandler movie. He was in Jack and Jill.
Holy shit! I didn't know that.
It was in Any Given Sunday.
And last one, Game of Thrones off. These are the movies they were in, not the show. Peter Dinklage versus Lena Headey.
He was in 300. Dinklage was in Elf.
Brothers Grimm, I just found out.
Dinklage was in Bruges.
Yes, he was.
He was a midget?
No, he was not.
I don't think
I thought he was the midget.
No, he wasn't. It
I'm
was the
pretty
big
sure he
guy.
wasn't. They all look alike.
Peter
I don't
Dinklage.
know. I'll go opposite. Lena Headey.
You say Dinklage?
Yeah.
Dinklage 48, Headley 47.
Okay.
Wow.
Lassie and Aberdeen were the two movies.
Anyways,
Who fucking cares?
All right.
you have to count it up, or do you know that I won?
You won.
Yeah, Robert won.
So while Corey, sorry, while Corey adds this up, I want to say that next episode's going to be
It's
our
like 19 to 13.
Okay, next week's going to be our Comic-Con episode. That it'll come out a week before preview night. I think between Corey, Brian, who will be on the episode next week, and myself, we have roughly 35 to 40 Comic-Cons attended.
Yeah, I've got 9.
Brian's got 10 or 11, and I started going in 96. So we're going to talk about, different places to eat, different experiences we've had. We've all met different people, so make sure you check in for that. Make sure you subscribe to the podcast, 9 to 5 Nerds. Follow me on Twitter at Sly Comics. Any shout-outs you guys want to do?
No, I don't have a Twitter or social
You
media.
have a Twitter. You both have a Twitter. I tagged Travis this morning.
I don't use it. I created 5 years ago. I followed you and that's about it.
and Weird Al.
Oh, did I?
I don't know.
I probably followed TRS and Weird Al or
I bet you
Felicia Day or something.
more hooker porn people follow him. You know, because you
I had
those...
to block 6 people today. 6 people just over the last 2 days that have followed me that are like, I'm sexy. Come chat with me. I'm like, ugh.
Did you fall for it a few times?
No.
You're like, wait, who is this? Do I know this person? Nope. Okay, next.
Is there a chance?
So yeah, next week will be our Comic-Con episode. Subscribe and review this, and that's it. That's another episode of 9 to 5 Nerds with Robert Swathwood, Corey Urkel,
See ya.
and Travis Angeles.
Goodbye.